Hi, what's up? We're in the next part. I was explaining my dream is interwoven with a lot of stuff. So when I'm explaining context or stories when I was a kid, it's only because they were meshed into this dream to give me the emotional understanding of how I would feel in this environment, right? So anyway, this Oki, I told you guys about how it is that there was this like house that we visited when we were teenagers during the school holidays, and there was this guy, like total pothead, that liked me, and he kept on like hassling my cousin for me on some who your girl is, who your cousin is, I like her. And I was a naive little kid that just did not, like, literally just, if I don't like you, I don't like you. Like now, today, a guy or thing, I would never accommodate him. But this dude was just so persistent, right? So the next day, we visited and we were chilling. Hey, just to explain to you, okay, the following day, I told you guys that later on in the day, all these other guys that have jobs and that are working, that are attending colleges, like universities and whatnot, they would trickle in, and then it got really fun later on. Like, you know, a whole bunch of really cool dudes that dress well, that know how to party, were there, right? Later on in the evening, and the guy that would be one of my greatest loves, he's late now. He's passed away, right? Unfortunately. Was in that mix. He was in that mix, okay? I dated him for like a year and a half. Things didn't wait, you know, these things that happen anyway, whatever. So that dude was in the mix, but he came like later on. And before, like the previous day, on the first day that I met everybody, that dude rocked up later because he had a job. He was 21, I was 17. Nanfitaka 4 years, right? He had some job somewhere, so he was one of those that rocked up late in the evening. Later on, 6, 5:30, 6, ne? He rocked up later. And when he rocked up, he came and sat on a crate daddy beer next to me. You know how it is, whatever. Yeah, mixed with Sprite, and they called it Shandy. Anyway, whatever. He sat next to me, and he I was very shy, very like quiet. I couldn't speak, and he sparked up a conversation with me, and I liked him. I instantly liked him. I developed like this whole crush, right? And I thought he was cute. He was really short though, in comparison to me. I'm quite tall. Anyway, whatever. But I just had this like massive crush on him. He was so cute. He had these like dimples, these like hazel eyes, and this beautiful chocolate skin. Whatever, just a handsome Okie. Okay. And I liked him. I really liked him. And as we were leaving on that first day, he then called my cousin on some, again, who your cousin is. And my cousin was like, you go ask her. So he called me and we got introduced that day. And that's when I went home all giddy on some, oh, he's so cute. Let's say his name was Temba. I was like, oh, he's so cute. I really like Temba. And I told my cousin that I liked Temba. I told my cousin on the first day that I liked Temba. But from early on in the day, one of the bums that don't have a job, that don't go nowhere, wanted me, and he was hassling my cousin for me, basically calling dibs on me, even though I wasn't really interested in him. But later on in the evening, I met the guy that I really liked, and he displayed like some kind of interest in me, and I went home telling my cousin, oh my goodness, Temba's so cute, I like him, right? And my cousin was like, well, he's gonna be here tomorrow again. But remember, Temba only comes later on in the day because we are sevenza, but this other dude unati during the day, all day, right? Because or something. Okay, cool. So the next day we return, and this dude who empty, who dry, all the other guys are cool, fig. And again, who your cousin is, Temba was not planning on coming the second day. And by the way, Temba was very, very close with this dude. They were like friends, almost like from youth or something, but who lived next to each other type establishment thing. Family members know each other. So Temba and Tabo were fast friends. Anyway, whatever. So cousin goes, during the day it's scant, it's empty still, because all the kids that don't have a job are there. All the kids that aren't at school are there. And who empty. And this dude is like all up in my grill, like trying to like holla at me, hey Karabo, hey Karabo, hey Karabo, hey type establishment thing, and peer pressure. Yo guys, I guess you know when you don't know yourself. So I ended up making out with him because he was just bugging me so much. Like I literally settled. I ended up making up with him. And when I was making out with this Okie, I made out with him in his bedroom. And as the evening was progressing, the hours were moving. The trickle in of all the other guys came in. And this dude, the dude that would later on become my boyfriend, the Temba, he came, even though he wasn't planning on coming, because he wanted me. Alright? So Temba, I remember after making out with this random dude, we made out and he was trying to like have sex with me. I'm like, no. And it was at that stage when I was like, no, I'm not gonna have sex with you, that we like got up, and it was now like I got out of his bedroom. And when I got out of his bedroom, opened the door, it was a very small house, and sitting on the couch was Temba. I get a tabo was the one when I do sitting on the couch was Temba. And Temba's the one that I had a crush on for real, that I really liked. And I remember like there was just this sinking feeling in my heart when I saw Temba, because I was like, that's the guy that I like. I didn't think I was gonna see Temba again, right? I allowed myself to make up with this other fool because he was just bugging me. And then when I got out of the bedroom, there was Temba sitting right there. And I was like, that's the guy that I want. And now he's seen me getting out of this guy's bedroom. What is he gonna think of me? He's gonna think of me as a hoe. I don't want this type of stuff. So I went home feeling like, oh snap. I made out with Tato. Did I say Tabo or Tato? Whatever. I made out with Tabo or Tato, so I guess that means I can't be with Temba. But I was not trying to be with Tabo or Tato or whatever, right? Yeah, so that's what happened. However, this Temba guy liked me enough to basically he went over his friend. He was like, guy, I want Karabo. It's that basic. So one night they came and they visited, not so much this guy's house, but they came and like my cousin's boyfriend came out to check out my cousin Konkum, and my soon to be boyfriend Tabo like basically piggybacked. He rocked up on some nine. I'm coming nani ngobu corner kabo kazi, so I want to see the karabo. I'm gonna go. So he basically literally he saw that I liked him and was like, okay, so we good friend, but I want her, and so I'm just gonna go try. Like, and so he got me. He basically took me from his friend. He didn't take me from his friend. I didn't like his friend. But I just never, like after we were dating for a couple of weeks, I couldn't, like, he kept on asking me exactly what was going on between you, because he felt guilty. He was like, exactly what was going on between you and Tabo and Temba. I was like, nothing happened. We just kissed. That's all we did. He was like, oh, okay. Yeah, it was weird, but I didn't care, because now I was just like in love, like violently, with this new Tabo guy. So I had to explain. That was like one of my biggest loves. We stayed together until pretty much high school ended, okay? That's how that relationship basically happened with Temba. Now, in this dream that I had, I saw my fiance. I get it, he didn't meet me at the door, but I saw through the walls. I told you guys. I saw him, like, against Liboda, a house. It's like he was in a corner. It's almost as if though he was kind of sutured to the wall, like sewn into it. And he looked like both a black horse as well as that other guy, Tabo, yes. He was like one of the rooms I saw through the walls, and he was in a corner room that looked like the bedroom of Tabo, that I made out with Tabo in, even though I wasn't interested in Tabo at first, but I ended up making out with Tabo. And in this dream, this dude was like a black horse sutured against a wall that I could see through the house, and I saw him. He didn't even come and meet me. And he was also kind of like, I couldn't really say shape-shifting, but his person kind of emulated Tabo Olewa back in the day that I settled for because he hassled me for long enough. And also he was a black horse. And it was only after I landed in Botswana, in this dream of mine, it was only as I landed in Botswana that I saw that side of him. It's like all the time when I was in South Africa and all the arrangements we were making to come together, and me finally landing in Botswana, him buying me a flight ticket to get there. All throughout that time, I did not discern what this guy was. It was only when I landed in Botswana that I saw him as a black horse, and what emulated the energy or the archetype of a guy that I once just ended up capitulating to making out with, because he was just bugging me and he wanted me, and he was the only dude around before I met the dude that I actually wanted to be with. Next part.